Welcome back, Shalligators. Today, we're going to tackle LILI Reinhart's recent comments about not her breakup, okay, with Cole Sprouse. And basically, girl, we've all been there. You feel like you're dying. You're going through this withdrawal, losing someone, or not losing someone because it wasn't about a breakup. Okay, LILI. And what we can learn from this, how to not lose yourself in a relationship and get to that point, which again, we've all been in, where you feel like your heart is being ripped out of your chest. You are hollowed out inside. You will never love again. Life is spiders. We're going to break it all down. But before we do, just want to remind you guys to follow me on Instagram at ShallonXO. You guys waited on this topic. You suggested this topic and we voted. And here it is. Also, follow me on InfStream. It's our sexy new platform, $2 a month, 0 ads, 0 censorship. We've got a dirty talk tutorial up there right now where I give you guys some easy phrases to say in bed, ranging from the sweet and spicy to the like, holy shit, put this in a Cardi B song. And most importantly, how to say all these things and not laugh. And what to do if you do. So head on over there. Also, if you want to book a shout out with me, head to cameo.com. You can do a little video shout out if you want a birthday pep talk, best wishes, whatever it is. Okay, LILI and Cole. Oh, first, yeah, I'm back in California for the week. I just needed like a break. I'm getting Cowboy, my pup, in a week. I had to push it back a week just because he needed a little bit more time to be socialized. Yes, if you guys haven't seen my Instagram, I'm getting a puppy. His name is Cowboy. You can follow him actually on Instagram, CowboyXO. He is already the love of my life, and he's my little peanut butter outlaw. And I'm going to be doing a whole video on like the puppy process. We're going to be doing some Skype like live streams with some puppy experts and training experts. In case you're a new dog mama or daddy, we got you covered. Okay, so yeah, I'm in California. I just need a break. We've actually got a new challenge coming up this week. Tomorrow we're going to do a recap of Why Men Love Bitches, our Shall Literature book club selection. Definitely check that out and head on over to the Shalligator Reddit page if you want to like add some comments, ask some questions, because that's where I'm sourcing all the info from for the video tomorrow. I feel super like goofy and hungover right now. I feel like my words aren't making sense. Am I making sense? I'm sorry. And then after that, we are going to come up with a new challenge. So get excited. Okay, let's see what LILI had to say. So LILI shared in a recent interview with Refinery 29. She's only 23. That explains a lot. That she felt like she was in a black tunnel that was never going to end. I couldn't see the light. I was like, I feel like I'm dying. It was fucking rough. And there's no other way through it than just through it. She said that instead of trying to fill the void, she just decided to address the pain head on. She said, I've seen a lot of people when it comes to heartache and grief and breakups, and they try to fill that void with sex, with coke, with food, with drinking. Check. But the void is still there. I took the road less traveled and just dealt with my shit. I had to face my own pain head on. The last couple months have probably been the most emotional months of my entire life, and my therapist told me, your body is going through a withdrawal from love. You're used to having this exchange of happy chemicals between you and the person you're with. In moments of my life, she said, I've dropped every ounce of pride that I had just to be like, love me. Please take the pain away for a second, a day, an hour, just so I can feel that fix again. Now, there's a lot to break down. First of all, girl, like I said, I have been there. So many of us have been there where you literally feel like you were withdrawing from a drug, and you're withdrawing from a dopamine fix. When you are no longer in love, when you go through a breakup, when someone rejects you, it manifests in your body like physical pain. That's why we're like, like, it's not called a heartache for no reason. Your heart physically hurts. But I'm telling you shit you already know. Y'all know this. When we are attracted to someone, when we're in love or in lust, the parts of our brain associated with logic and decision making and like, reason and pros and cons literally shuts off. It's just like, goodbye. Well, my work here is done. I don't know. Nope. I can't even choose where we're going to dinner. I love you so much. I just want to be on top of you. We cannot find reason. And so therefore, it is extremely easy for us to get lost in a relationship, to just get pulled under in this tidal wave of emotion that's good emotion. But stuff like that, it's like a firecracker. We talk about firecrackers a lot. Big bang, flash, boom. But if you hold it, if you get too close to it, it burns you and then it fizzles out immediately. And you're left burned with no more fire. But we're going to get into this a little bit more. First, I want to keep talking about LILI. Because you know who I don't like? LILI. I don't like LILI Reinhart basically at all. So she dated Cole Sprouse, as we know, her Riverdale star, for like years. They recently broke up. And I love how she says, I've seen people that when it comes to heartache, grief, and breakups, they try to fill that void with sex, blah, blah, blah. And then after people pick this up and it's like, oh, she's talking about her breakup. She's like, it's not about the breakup. It's not about a breakup. That's interesting because you say, I see people dealing with breakups and they do this, but I did something different. Do you know that you use that word? And then you said, withdrawal from love, love me back. That's a breakup, boo. Like you're talking about a breakup. I hate LILI Reinhardt. I don't hate her. She seems, well, no, she doesn't seem fine at all. Here's where my story is. You know, I used to be the editor of Star, and Star is a sister company with Us Weekly. And so Us Weekly, one of my friends over there, I won't name her, but hi, boo, hi, E. She's like the celebrity interviewer. Like she does all the press junkets. She's on the red carpets. Like she is the go-to, and she's an excellent, excellent journalist. She is fair and balanced, and she's just wonderful. And I remember her telling me she did a red carpet for Riverdale, and this was like Riverdale season 2, like where it's like, oh yeah, they're famous, but I mean, even now, what season are they in? That show has jumped the shark. I don't want to see any more fucking Dark Betty serial killers. I want to see Gossip Girl in a small town. I want to see Gossip Girl in a small town, okay? Just more cardigans and less tiaras. But my friend was doing the red carpet and she's like, KJ Apple was lovely. Cole Sprouse was lovely. Everyone was lovely, giving the quotes. LILI, no matter what my friend asked her, like, are you excited about this new season? I don't understand the question. I don't understand the question. It was like she was pleading the Fifth Amendment. I choose to invoke my Fifth Amendment rights. I choose to invoke my Fifth Amendment rights. You're like, okay. I know what you might be thinking. Hey, celebrities don't always want to be asked about things. They don't always want to do an interview. This is their job. There's parts of your job you don't always want to do. Do you get to plead the Fifth with your boss? It's like, I don't understand the question to print out that spreadsheet. I don't understand the question, Dennis. I don't understand the question. You would not have a job. This is literally in their contract. They have to do a red carpet. They have to do a certain amount of interviews. They have to talk about the show. They have to promote the show. That's what they do. And her not doing that, my friend said it right. She's like, she's the next Katherine Heigl. She is so big for her britches. She thinks she is the hottest snot on the planet, and she's not. She's cute and she's like good in her role, but she is interchangeable with literally hundreds of thousands of other young, pretty, blonde actresses. And she is so spiky when it comes to the media. She does an interview where she talks about depression and literally says breakups multiple times, withdrawal from love, exchange of hormones, please love me, and then loses her shit when people very correctly interpret that she's talking about a breakup with the other famous actor that she dated on purpose, was very public with it. It's like, girl, you cannot have it both ways. You can't be like super public and demonstrative with your relationship, and then when it goes south, you're like, don't talk about it. That's not how any of this works. It can if you're a private citizen, like, but not really. You know, if you break up with someone or a guy ghosts you, your friends are still gonna be like, hey, wait, did Connor ever call you back? You can't be like, fuck you, don't talk about it. It's like, oh, you brought him up originally. We wouldn't know about Connor if you hadn't brought him up. So I'm sorry that he ghosted, but don't jump down our throat because things went south. It's just, LILI, she makes me insane. And it makes me more insane that she makes a lot of good points. It's annoying. Because she's not dumb. She's just really bratty. She's super, super, super bratty. And I've had so enough of her Twitter rants, and I'm just like, oh my God, girl. Like, if you don't like being a celebrity, go work at 31 Flavors. I will have a scoop of German chocolate cake. Whatever. Shit, what's it called? Peanut butter chocolate. We'll go peanut butter chocolate. So let's break down what she said. The happy chemicals. Please love me. Please take me back. How do we avoid this hole? We've been there. I've been there. And when I've been in relationships like this where because not all of our relationships are like this, right? Like and that's what's messed up. We'll date someone and we'll have a normal trajectory, a normal breakup. We'll miss them and it'll hurt. But then we'll have one and we're like, and we are just hollowed out inside. I've been there recently, and I remember sitting and being like, why this one? Why this guy? I didn't even love him the most. Like, he wasn't the coolest. Like, I did love him the most, but I had no real logical basis for that. Like, why did I feel this way? For me, I get like that when I encounter a potentially codependent relationship. We talked a lot about codependency. We talk a lot about codependency, especially with people like Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin, how they have a parent-child dynamic. Maybe that's why I stand that couple, because I'm like, hello, mirror images of me in my past relationships. Codependency, and I posted about this on my Instagram the other day. Codependency happens when it evokes enmeshment with a parent. First of all, what is codependency? Codependency is when you care more about someone else's problems than they do. I gotta fix you. I gotta save you. I gotta make you better. I can see the potential. I just need to unlock it. Girl, fuck. You know whose potential you can see and unlock and fix? Yours. What if we diverted our river of energy that is flowing unimpeded towards a boy to ourselves? What would we do with all that time and energy and brain power if the puzzle we were trying to solve was simply ourselves? I probably would have been president by now. I definitely would have a six-pack. And that's really, I would prefer that 100%, 1,000,000,000%. Imagine if the time you spent laying on your bed being morose over a guy was time you spent laying on your bed, writing your business plan, applying for law school, opening that Etsy store, doing some crunches and getting those six-packs. Actually, planks are better for six-packs. Imagine what you could do with that time and energy. But we don't always do that. Why? Sometimes it's codependency. And like I said, that evokes enmeshment with a parent. I am here in my house, my family's house, so I'm going to speak a little softly, but I grew up an only child of a single parent. If you grew up like that, like especially maybe not necessarily an only child, because I know that's not as common, but with a single parent, like my doctor would always say, of course you don't want to get married. You're already wed to your mother. That's not a fun thing to hear. It's so fucking creepy. But it is not inaccurate. It's not inaccurate. When we are very close with our parents, sometimes in a healthy way, sometimes not in a healthy way, because we can be very close and very bonded with someone who's incredibly toxic because they're manipulative or because we want to save them or we have the codependency there. But let's say it is even healthy. We are used to this cold-bloodedness. We talk about warm and cold-blooded a lot. A cold-blooded animal, like a lizard, I'm looking at one of my windowsill right now. Hello, Bruce. It's your name today. They have to draw everything from their environment. They cannot regulate their own temperature. We here as shalligators aspire to be warm-blooded animals. We come from within. We don't need the likes. We don't need the compliments. We don't need the codependency. We are whole and sealed, a complete closed circuit in and of ourselves. But with parents, that can be very difficult. So if you're a cold-blooded animal and you're enmeshed with your parent, it means you draw your mood from their mood. You are hyper attuned. My friend, hi P, we were talking the other day, we're both only children, single parents, and she's like, I can tell just how my dad answers the phone, what mood he's in. And I was like, oh my God, yes, yes, 1,000,000,000,000%. Like the syllable hello, it's like, I can hear the tone before any sound is uttered. It's just this like psychic connection. And doctors and therapists say that translates to codependent relationships because you are used to being connected with someone. And if you have a little bit of a connection, it can just be this very slippery slope where you are super plugged in to an unhealthy degree that erodes you and hands all of the power over to them. So the way we clip that is to deal with the parental relationships, right? To deal with that enmeshment. To be like, okay, dad's in a bad mood. Got nothing to do with me. I love you, daddy. I'll talk to you later. And we go about our day. We're not like, did I do something? Was it me? Do you want me to come over there? I'm so sorry. What do you want me to do? And it's hard. But that is some stuff that we can practice doing. Big shifts in our life are made up of little shifts. Big decisions are made up of little decisions. Look at dieting. If I want that six-pack, it's a series of very small decisions. No, I'm not going to get frozen yogurt tonight. No, I actually don't need the buffalo wings. I'm actually going to go to the gym instead of drinking a bottle of Kim Crawford by myself tonight. And those little things add up. Behaviorally, emotionally, it's the same thing. And the more we do it, the more emotional muscle memory we create, so that it's not so scary and it's not so awful. It's like, no, this is what I do. Okay, he's in a bad mood. All right, I love you. I'll talk to you later. I hope you feel better. Right? Oh, I'm sorry that you feel that way. I'm sorry that that's your opinion. I appreciate you sharing your opinion about my life and what I should do with it, but, I'm just going to weigh the options and see what's best for me. But let's say that this has nothing to do with codependency. Let's say you just plain are one of those people who give everything they have to their boyfriends, right? I always remember the episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, my only touchstone, the greatest philosophers of our generation, who I just reference over and over again. When the sisters went back to Cleveland when Khloe was still dating Tristan before we knew what a goddamn garbage bag he is. And they were like stunned at how enmeshed her life was with his. She's like, I thought you were going to have just like a corner of stuff in his house. And she had like a whole closet, a workout room, photos of herself. Like it was their house. And I remember Kim saying, Khloe is the type of person who gives up her whole life for a guy. Like her whole life. And Courtney was like, yes. And I was like, ooh, I feel a little bit attacked. It's so hard to love someone and not lose yourself, because we are taught through fairy tales and sonnets and society and songs and just our own experience that is what love is. Swept away. You are swept away by love. Think about what happens when someone or something is swept away in real life. Do you know where they're swept away to? Their own death. They're not swept away to like a resort. They're swept downriver, out to sea, over the waterfall. It's not a happy ending. But we like that feeling because we as human beings want to be overwhelmed. We've talked about this before in our videos on seduction, right? Go to Evil Week, my Evil Week playlist to watch that. Evil Week is coming again. So if you're a shallow hater only here to see what I'm going to say, you better buckle the fuck up because Evil Week is going to be so much more evil this year. I can't wait. So we want to be overwhelmed because it takes us away from our day-to-day problems. It takes us away from that micro decision making, right? We want to shut off that part of our brain that's like, do I buy this detergent or that detergent? Do I want a turkey sandwich or a tuna salad? We just want to be like grabbed by the throat and drug out to an emotional sea where anything that happens, not really our fault, is it? I don't know. I'm just kind of swept away. Ugh. But how does that end? How does that end? And most importantly, how do we stop this? Because it's great while you're getting swept away. Once you go over that waterfall and you're like, oh, fuck, I'm falling to my doom. It's not great. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. And that is how we feel. And that is how Lily felt after this breakup with Cole. I don't know how to stop this. Everything was so enmeshed. Now, she really stepped in it from the beginning by dating a coworker. We've done a video on this about like Pam and Jim from The Office and how dating a coworker literally can ruin your life. It can ruin your life. It will completely derail your career. You think just dating this dude at your school or whatever like is diverting your attention? Try it in the office. I am a hoe and a half and I still never would date a coworker. Never. Like I don't put out that vibe. I don't flirt. I don't wear anything sexy. I'm like, I am office potato right now. Okay. Like I am not open for business in terms of hoeing. No, because I have worked too fucking hard to get where I am to blow it for some dude in accounting. But we have a tendency to go for the dude in accounting. It's an evolutionary throwback. We are hardwired to choose the most mateable male in any population sample size. That's why there's a phenomenon of camp hot. He's a hard 4 in the real world, but he is camp hot. And I'm obsessed with him because he's simply the best of what's around, right? It's a survival instinct. That's where it comes from. We needed to choose a mate in order to survive and certainly in order to, propagate the species. My bangs, I give you everything. I give you everything, and this is what you do to me. I don't know what you want anymore from me. So we're just going to flip it over. Now my head looks enormous. Okay. So the way we prevent this is triangulation. Triangles. Triangles? This is not what I expected. As an influencer, I take a lot of pictures, right? And there is a structure to a good picture. One of those key structures is triangles. You want to create as many triangles, as many angles with your body to create dynamism in the photo, to lengthen your limbs, to look thin, to create interest. This is like a principle of like people photography. And my friends and I always joke, we're like, triangles, triangles. We like try to make as many triangles as possible. Like 36 triangles on a body. Why do I bring up triangles? Because again, let's go back to the seduction thing. I am currently rereading The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene, to get all gassed up for Evil Week. But we covered it in last year's Evil Week. But one principle of seduction is to create triangles. The person you're trying to seduce, your object, well, he calls him a victim. Love it. Your victim must think you are desirable. There must be a hype around you. And I mean, this can have a tipping point, certainly, where you can come off as like, intimidating or trashy. So it's difficult, but it's crucial to make this person, your victim, think that a lot of other people want to get you. And this is crucial to do when you're first dating. Oh, I can't hang out with you. What are you doing? I'm going out. With who? No one you know. I say that all the time, and it fucks guys up. They don't like to hear it at all. And I'm like, well, he asked me out 5 days ago and you asked me out 20 minutes ago. So that's where I'm giving my time and my priority. Sorry you had to learn that the hard way. Or just be mysterious. You're vague. I always say, I don't play hard to get. I am hard to get. My schedule simply doesn't allow for last minute plans. Like, I booked this Thursday night 4 days ago. Where the fuck were you? Sorry about it. Sorry, like you snooze, you lose. So creating triangles for me is crucial because, like I said, I love to love. I'm a lover. I'm really not a fighter. Well, I'm a fighter, but I am also more of a lover. If I like you, I'm a huge lover. And I tend to go a bit Chloe and give my whole world to someone because I want to bring someone who lovers. Come on. So I can't pretend that I'm hard to get because I'm not good at it. I'm not a very good liar when it comes to acting like I don't want to see a guy. So I have to fill my schedule so that there is no other option than for me to genuinely be busy and sell it as the truth, because it is the truth. What does this have to do with like not getting our hearts broken so hard? We want to create those triangles with other boys while we're in the courtship stage, but when we're together, no, you don't want to be like, I don't know, where was I, Cole? He's going to be like, the fuck? No. You want to create triangles with activities. You flip-flop, right? Because I get a lot of questions from you guys like, the chase, I'm good at the chase, but I don't know when to like give it up. You give up the chase in terms of guys. You do not give up the chase in terms of your schedule being not exactly ultra elastic. Of course, you're in a committed relationship. This person is now going to be your priority. Priority is not world. Right? My priority in any given day is feeding myself, right? Like feeding and clothing myself. Is that what I do all day? Am I hunter-gathering all day long? No, it's priority. I get it done. I check the box. I move on to priority number 2 and priority number 3 and whatever it is. If this man is not a priority and a world, you need to start to create some fucking triangles, baby girl. Fill your world. Make a world. The way you don't get sucked into something is if you got something else to grab onto. We get sucked in because of that codependency sometimes, or because we view a guy as a getaway car. He is going to save me from boredom, career stagnation, an annoying family, a lack of friends, low self-esteem, my social level, whatever it is. But you need to figure out what it actually is. What is he saving you from? How do you figure that out? What are your fantasies about him? What is, when you fantasize, not sex, but like when you picture things, are you picturing that minute you post him on Instagram and your Instagram official and your ex sees it? Maybe you need to work through the breakup with your ex, right? It's, I'm going to be invited to all these parties. I'm going to have all these friends now because he's so popular. Maybe you should just go out and make your own friends so you feel like you have your own social structure, because social inclusion needs are incredibly strong for human beings, right? We need this. He is going to take me away from my family. Maybe you need to sit and make a financial plan so that you can move out and you have your own space, so that you're not looking for this white knight to rush in and save you, because you know who's your white knight? Who's your white knight? You are. You are the only person who is coming to save you. And it's up to you when you decide to show up. I realized that, I think when I was 24. No. I realized that after I was sexually assaulted in college. And I got all of, I'm sorry that happened. No one wrote in to save me. And that's when I was like, I'm going to save myself. That is how my life is going to work. No one is coming to rescue me. I'm going to be rescuing myself. And therefore, my everything shifted then, because I realized that everyone can fuck right off. They can fuck off. Oh, you don't think that that's a good idea that I do this? That's so crazy. You can fuck off. I don't know. That's wild. No one was weighing in on my life anymore. I mean, of course I'm going to listen to opinions and, take my friends' advice, but this was no longer a democracy. My existence was no longer a democracy. It was a shallocracy. It was a dictatorship. Because if I'm going to save myself, I'm going to be the one pleasing myself, and I'm going to do what works for me. And that's why I pursue authenticity and why I'm so hardcore about authenticity, because you have to pursue exactly what works for you. And this comes back to our relationship and not being in that codependent situation, or just that situation where you're like, I love you and I've given everything to you. No. What you're giving everything to him, assuming falsely that he is going to give everything back to you. You are paying, you're writing a check to this person and you're waiting for the product. You're like, okay, the product is you're going to save me. Can I check the tracking number? Where is the product? He doesn't know that that's the exchange. This is not a business he signed up for. He thinks he's in a relationship to be 50-50, not 500 and negative 500. That's not what he has signed up for. He has not signed into this covenant of codependency like maybe you have. You got that contract all written up and he's like, what the fuck is this? So he's going about a more normal, balanced relationship perhaps. You are expecting so much when really you don't need to write that check to someone else. You already have everything you need in your own emotional backyard. You just need to go get it. You just need to be brave enough to look at, what do I think this man is going to save me from? How can I save myself? And this isn't about, I don't need anyone and I'm never going to be in a relationship. No, it's about crafting balanced relationships so that you don't feel like someone has hollowed you out inside, like you are shot through the middle if things go south. And like I said, oh boy, have I been there. More recently than I would like to admit. It's brutal. It is absolutely brutal. But it is also brutality in service of growth. If you let it be. And a lot of us don't. We're like, I just need, like Lily said, I just need to get through this pain. One more minute, one more hour. Please love me. Please love me. I totally get it. But you have to keep yourself busy. You have to fill your life with things that truly resonate with you and give you that healthiness so that a boy is merely a priority, not the world. He's the food that you're going to eat, but you're not going to eat all day and hunter-gatherer all day, right? He's going to complement your life. He is not going to complete it. Never. You complete yourself. You are whole on your own, if you choose to be and if you allow it. So create triangles. Figure out what this emotional getaway car is by examining the fantasies that you're, imprinting on this person. And then think of ways you can give that to yourself so that you can stay busy and so that you can have a normal, healthy, balanced relationship, not a firework. For more, click like and subscribe. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to be breaking down Why Men Love Bitches, the greatest book in the whole entire world. And then we've got a challenge coming this week. We got a whole bunch of videos. All right, Shalligators, I'll see you later.